talk.
Yeah, enough small talk. Let's get on to the list.
Yes. What do we talk about first? There's some great stuff this week.
The list, I think, is quite interesting, isn't it?
Oh, the pedal bin list. Yes.
Yeah, because I mean, quite frankly, like Owen Jones, the thing that gets me most is not that you're in the bin, but that Owen Jones is on a pedestal. Because honestly, he's like, anyone who's going to say, I'm going to hold up Owen Jones on a pedestal is either doing it because they want to be viewed as on the right side of history, or because they particularly enjoy the sort of unpleasant bullying type of style that Owen Jones has, and poor arguments. I can't think that there's anything that anyone can say there. Like, Owen Jones made a really good point here. He was really articulate and he was absolutely spot on. And kind and compassionate, and this is the sort of person you should hold up on a pedestal in making decent arguments. I mean,
can we explain what this list is? What is this list?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
The comedian Stewart Lee did a hilarious list of all the things he did and didn't like a 12-year-old girl might. And he published it online, and I was in the bin again after never having spoken to him about this issue, because he's a coward who would never phone me or email me, even though he has my details, because I know he has my details, because after as he slags off people who are on Twitter from the stage, for years he was asking me to promote his gigs using my Twitter feed. And there's a very funny detail someone told me. Sorry, do I sound obsessed? People send me this stuff, and you can't help but enjoy it. But there's a very funny detail someone told me that he just sent out a mail out for his new shows, and the thing he's included as a quote says, "There's no one else to touch him." He puts that in the trailer for his show. And who wrote that? Someone at the Mail on Sunday. And the Mail is in his bin list. The Times also hyped them hugely, which is maybe why they escaped the bin, despite the fact that they are fully behind, well, not fully, but not solely, but very, very much behind the increased scrutiny that that gender ideology has been under for the last year. The Times
I think you.
So he left him off because he wants to get good reviews from the Times.
But I think you make a good point about him not having spoken to you. If he does personally kind of know you, and if he really cared about this issue, really wanted to, try and help heal it or fix it or sort of find a resolution or even understand the arguments before, like, putting you in the bin on the list, I would have thought, sort of spoken to you. But again, Owen Jones here, Graham down here, it seems very much like a look, don't cancel me, I'm all good type of move, doesn't it? It doesn't really strike me as being anything cynical.
Oh yeah, but also it's very sneaky as well, because he's kind of saluting the flag without actually saying any of the points that they're like. For instance, he'd rather stab himself in the eye than talk about vulnerable women in prison being placed with male sex offenders, because he knows that he and Owen Jones are absolutely betraying the most vulnerable women in society with their stance. So he can't even say it out loud. He can't even say trans rights or human rights or any of that bogus stuff, probably because he knows it's a bogus line. He has to just put Joyle and Mom, Owen Jones.
I'd forgotten about Mom as well.
Yeah.
Oh God, yes. God. I mean, you couldn't be more
and Nimco Ali.
Yeah. Yes.
Unbelievable.
Well, it just sounds like pointless virtues. Like, there was a